The Witcher franchise on Netflix is in a really bad spot. I'm sure that you are well aware that on Christmas, The Witcher Blood Origin is going to debut on Netflix. And I really do wonder how many people are going to watch it, because this franchise has really burnt bridges with fans. It's so bad that recently the showrunner of The Witcher has been begging fans to come back. Please keep watching the show. Please watch Blood Origin. We want to keep working. Now, I didn't say that, but when you read through that article, and I did do a video on this, it did sound like the showrunner was begging people to still watch the show. All after Henry Cavill left. They know that was a big blow to their show because they use him for a bait and switch, and they're about to do it again. But let's just see how bad it's getting for Blood Origin. At 164,000 dislikes to 26,000 likes. This is from 2 weeks ago. Don't forget about that petition to get rid of the showrunners and bring back Henry Cavill. You've got this bad boy sitting at almost 300,000 signatures. It's for sure going to hit it. People aren't happy that he's leaving. They're not happy. In fact, a lot of people only tuned in for him. And a lot of them are leaving because, well, you don't get very much of him. You get a lot of other characters that you didn't really want to see as much of. You want to see him. Everybody wanted to see Henry Cavill's Geralt. So, this show, I don't know who this show is for. I really don't think this show is going to do very well. The reviews from critics have been pounding into the ground. The scores for this thing on Rotten Tomato and other sites are awful. It's funny to see critics hate on it, because usually, as long as you've got the boxes checked, they will love a show, which means this show must be so bad for them. This must be one of the worst shows of all time for them to be hitting it like they are. So, the Witcher franchise, not in the best of places, but I did find this quite humorous. The showrunner is back again. The Witcher boss calls Season 3 the most heroic send-off for Henry Cavill before recasting. Henry has given us so much, and we want to honor that appropriately, says showrunner Lauren Hisrich. So they're at it again. They're using him for bait and switch again. This whole interview is funny. Because in this interview, she promises now finally we do a one-to-one adaptation from the books. We're finally following the books. Like, once again, lying. You know they're not going to follow the books to a T. They've been doing this since the show started, trying to trick people, promising all of this great heroic Henry Cavill stuff, and they don't do it. So this is going to be the final season with Henry Cavill. And then season 4 will have Liam Hemsworth. If they even do a season 4 would depend on how well this does, unless they already greenlit it, which they might have done. They might have already done that. But like I said, I really do wonder how the ratings for this show and Blood Origin will be. And we'll find out soon enough, because there's plenty of sites that cover that. But let's go over this, because it's just funny how desperate they are here. You literally talk about the show's going to be canon now. It's going to follow the books. Henry Cavill, like you've never seen him. This is definitely, finally, the Witcher show that you've been waiting for. The Witcher Season 3 wasn't written as a send-off for actor Henry Cavill, who's been starring on the Netflix fantasy drama as supernaturally enhanced monster-hunting Geralt of Rivia since its inception. But now that Cavill is officially stepping down for the role, which would be filled by Liam Hemsworth in Season 4, series creator and showrunner Lauren Hisrich says Season 3 feels like the most heroic send-off for the lead they could muster. Henry has given so much to the show, and we want to honor that appropriately, she tells EW. She points to The Time of Contempt, the fourth book in author Sapkowski's Witcher series, that the writer's room partially adapted for the Season 3 story. Partially adapted. That's the key word right there. So they're back to it again, saying, oh, you're finally going to get that Witcher show that you've always wanted. You're going to get real heroic Geralt stuff. Is that really going to happen? I think they know where they're at with this show. They've been exposed in 4K. I always like to point out that article about the X-Men animated series show coming back. The guy who is head of the writer's room for that show has talked about how these people hate the source material. They hate the video games. But now, all of a sudden, they've fallen in love with it and they're adapting it for fans? I don't think so. What is so interesting is that Season 3, to me, is the closest thing that we've done as a one-to-one adaptation of the books, she says. Yeah, this is the bait and switch, right? This is the bait. One-to-one adaptation of the books. No, they're not. You haven't done that yet. But now you're going to tell me you're doing it? You're lying. I don't believe you. So listen to this. Obviously, we can't do every page, but Time of Contempt gave us so many big action events, plot points, defining character moments, huge reveals of a big bad. There's so much to do that we were able to stick really, really closely with the books. Listen to the wording in this. Oh, we're going to stick really, really close with the books. Then why'd Henry Cavill leave? Why'd Henry Cavill leave? If this was such a one-to-one adaptation, why did he leave? He's obviously very upset with the way the show has been handled, even though he had a very nice statement about it. It's just funny to me. Like, the wording in this says a lot. Like, oh, we know people aren't fans. Henry Cavill, known fan, has left the show because he's not happy. Well, I'll say probably because he's not happy with the way it's been handled. And now you're saying the one who has been exposed for hating the books, you're telling me that you're doing a one-to-one adaptation and you're sticking really, really closely with the books? You're lying. I don't believe you. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. So the writer-producer continues, Geralt's big turn is about giving up neutrality and doing anything it has to do to get to Ciri. And to me, it's the most heroic send-off that we could have, even though it wasn't written to be that. Geralt has a new mission in mind when we come back to him in Season 4. He's slightly different Geralt than we expected. Now, by the way, that's an understatement. So that's where we're at. Literally out there begging. It's going to be different this time. It's going to be different. Finally, you're going to get the show you wanted. No, yeah, right. Nobody believes you. And this is probably going to be the lowest rated season yet. Blood Origin, I can't wait to see the ratings for that. And we'll find out probably in about 2 weeks what that show pulls in viewership-wise. And it's going to be hilarious. I guarantee, well, I don't want to say guarantee because you never know, but I bet you're going to see some of the worst. You're going to see Cowboy Bebop numbers for this show. That's what I think you're going to see, and it's going to be funny. They did it to themselves. They did this to themselves, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. But don't worry, they'll still find a way to blame you. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble, my locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.